Dear Bali sir, our association goes back to 1995 F Civil, then regiment, the time spent with you in Leh. You remember sir, our move for Op Vijay together in your Jonga? Where will you get such a safe and friendly driver? I used to drive and you sleep. I remember your use of deodorant sir, your immaculate parties, your pre-Diwali Teen Patti parties. You remember our visit to Chumathang sir? We stayed in Tangse, how cold it was, and visit to Pangangso the next day. We spent such beautiful moments together sir. We went to Jai Mata Di also together in 2000 January and we wish to go again someday.
Jai Hind sir. 3 decades plus in OG seems very less time. How the time flies. The heavy shoulders with stars and Ashoka and the responsibilities all of a sudden seems very light. Welcome to the fraternity of veterans. I still remember the first time we met. It was instant click of mutual respect, understanding and a great connect. Recollecting an instance when we were located at Akhnur and we had gone for grenade practice.
Morning friends, a small message for my dear friends Sanjeev and Mridula. What should I say about them? Immensely talented, immensely capable and so devoted to each other. I'll just like to narrate a few incidents. There have been so many with Sanjeev. We've served together in 12 corps. He's done such tremendous work. He's a quiet worker who never tom-toms his achievements.
Jai Hind sir, how are you? Sir, as you today stand in the threshold of your new dawn of your life, I would like to thank you very much for mentoring me and my unit when we were under your command in Jodhpur.
Dear Brigadier Sanjeev Bali sir, Jai Hind. Personally for me it's a very emotional moment to be recording this message for you as you approach a milestone of hanging the uniform. My association with you has been of 29 years and I must thank my staff for having met you and having known you for such a long time.
How the time flies, my God. And Sanjeev, my dear, you are completing your first inning with the army for the service of the nation. After having completed 37 years of colored service, our congratulations to you, Mridula, and to your daughter.
Jai Hind sir, how are you? You were an amazing boss. You handled most intricate situation with calmness and ease. We couldn't have asked for anything more. Not only you were an amazing boss to us, but also a wonderful person.
Good day everybody. I first met Brigadier and Mrs. Sanjeev Bali in the spring of 1988 when I was posted to the regiment in Ambala. Brigadier Bali was the young officer that any youngster joining the regiment would idolize and aspire to become. He was professionally outstanding. Every demonstration, discussion, and there were quite a few of them in Ambala, was given to him. And Colonel Gurdial, the company commander, had all but handed over 6th Field Company to him.
Hello Sanjeev. So the time flies. Can you imagine 21 years ago, at this point in time, we were together in Op Vijay. You have been one of the most wonderful officers that I ever had. You have been one of the pillars of the regiment. If you recall when you were SO2 F Civil in CME and I was instructor in F Combat, you were very effective SO2 of Civil Engineers, Faculty of Civil Engineering.
Sir, frankly admitting, half my life I have spent emulating you since you are such a thorough gentleman, a hardcore professional, a true friend. Personally, I have learned so much from you, sir. I know you are going to miss the army life, but I am sure you'll get so busy in whatever next you plan for yourself. The best thing among all best remains the selflessly helping others attitude of yours, especially when my postings are concerned. You are somehow involved in bailing me out every time. I will fail in my duties, sir, if I don't mention the strongest pillar of your life, the most beautiful, gorgeous, and loving Mridula Bali ma'am. She is so talented, inspirational, and you both complement each other so well. God bless and be like this.
When we were locating the blind grenades, you were going ahead of me. And there's a time I said, "Sir, you are newly married. Get behind me." I think that was the time when we started a great mutual trust between us. 1987 onwards till date, we have seen the journey of our life, and I feel with you all, especially Bhabhi, there is no fear. The love and the affection we got from you both can only be felt in our hearts.
But one achievement which is there for posterity is the underground ops room we have created in Jodhpur. Forever and ever, it will be a symbol of his dexterity and his professional competence. You can't see it from outside, but if you enter it, it's one little palace. A word about Mridula too. Once we had the GOC of the American US Army First Corps visiting us, and I offered a sandwich to the general, and he nearly fell down from his chair. He was so impressed, and the sandwich was so awesome. Unfortunately, she's never given us that sandwich again. So Mridula, sometime in life, call us over and offer us that sandwich.
Sir, you really took care of my unit as your own and stood by my unit during some very difficult times, as you can recall. So I consider myself very fortunate to have served under such a gracious, effervescent, and a generous senior like you. I wish you all the very best and hope I can be of some help to you in future. Thank you very much, sir.
Just to recapitulate a few moments on such momentous occasion. As a youngster at Hisar, be it sharing of that EPIP office that you had with me, or taking care of me while in exercises area of Nohar, Bhadra, Suratgarh. Speaking about you as a senior officer, which I am not supposed to be speaking, but I generally take liberties. Well, I must say that the professional ethos, the human values, character, the energies, the integrity that you show are worth emulating. I hold you much in awe and respect for all those qualities. A word about ma'am, well, she's been a very kind, caring and a loving lady, taking care of me all through, always there, ready to listen, to empathize, to guide, and very importantly to feed those hungry, starved stomachs. Word about Suhani, I share a very special bond with her. She's the only child in the army to have ever called me Chachu. I wish her all the best. It was very nice to meet her at Udhampur and see her shaping up into a great lawyer that she is. I wish you all the best for her future and professional endeavors.
Sanjeev, I remember we met, in fact, Alka and self, we met both of you and Suhani in Jodhpur when I was posted there as Chief of Staff. Our interaction with you on professional front and social front was fantastic. I remember your various achievements as Chief Engineer of the Corps in Jodhpur. I remember how the task given to you of NBC shelter by the Army Commander himself, it was done to a great satisfaction and achievement. I remember the day when he came, he was very much satisfied, and the shabash he gave you. And for that, you got the Chief's commendation also later. Mridula was always with you in whichever field, and she supported you like an able housewife. Not only housewife, but looking after all the engineer families and the core families. She was the force behind you. Like they say, that wives are better halves.
I was very fortunate to learn many things from you. I would not want to get into vivid details about our tenure about Jodhpur, but however, when you see the position of the COs who commanded under you, it speaks volumes about you. You, along with ma'am, have made such a big difference to all of us. I just cannot forget the good times which we had at Jodhpur. Rashmi is always praises for you and ma'am. And she joins me in congratulating you and wishing you success in your second innings.
He was outstanding at games, every game, but especially at hockey. I remember one intercompany match where Harbans and Julian Barla gave me only one job, to hold down Brigadier Bali. Of course I failed, and he went on to score at will and beat 385 hollow. He was married to the gorgeous Mrs. Minnie Bali, and they were the most bon vivant couple of the Sirhan Club. And through these years that we have been together, I am lucky to have had 3 tenures with him, 2 in the regiment and 1 at CME. I remember everyone talking about what an excellent instructor Brigadier Bali was at CME, and more importantly, what a compassionate and helpful person. It is these qualities of head and heart which made him so remarkable. Of course, as long as he was posted there, no one could touch the CME Open Badminton. In fact, he had his name on the prize. I do remember the time we again spent together as company commanders in the mountains of Turtuk, where the guns rode every night. Few officers in the Corps of Engineers have had the unique opportunity of commanding a company in operations, and I dare say I learn something every day from the man I am lucky to call Guru, friend and family. I could go on, but suffice to say, I have yet to meet another officer, and I say this with all honesty, who will do so much for someone he barely knows, for someone who cannot ever do anything in return for him. I have often seen him take up a fight for the right cause, and often have I seen him take the brunt of these repercussions on the chest.
Your posting was a shoot from CME to 56 Engineer Regiment, and then you had written to me, sir, I wouldn't like to go to any other regiment but 236. I immediately approached the then Colonel Commandant General Karki and the then ENC General A.N. Sinha. Your posting was changed and the regiment had the honor to have you back. Therefore, I left no stone unturned to get you back to the regiment. And thereafter, your performance as company commander has been outstanding, be it in Peace in Meerut or be it in Operation Vijay. As company commander, you were always there with the men. That's the most important and most encouraging event for any officer. There are so many instances that I can narrate, but suffice to say that you have been one of the finest officers that I had the honor to have served with in the regiment. I must also say that Mrs. Bali has been a great strength. We came back from Dinjon, to be precise, on 6th of March 1998, and just 40 days after we left, we reached Meerut, we had our raising day, and the entire officer mess, what was done, Mrs. Bali was instrumental in bringing up the officers mess. I recall you practicing very hard in the inter-company drill competition when we had the ceremonial parade. I can't believe that you are now hanging your uniform. You had the potential to be a minimum 2-star general, but never mind. Rank doesn't matter. It is the spirit that matters. Sanjeev, I wish you all the best. I always have been saying that we part not to fall apart. We part to meet again and meet with nostalgia. You have been an outstanding BRTF commander. I have been getting your reports, trust me. And also you have been a good Corps Chief Engineer.
Good evening, Mrs. Bali, Brigadier Bali. Our memories of yesterday will last a lifetime. Thanks for being my non-biological sister. I still remember the day I met you both for the first time. The most gorgeous looking lady and ever handsome Brigadier Bali. And more our association got stronger during our regimental days. I have learned so much from you, Mrs. Bali. I always wondered, how can a lady be so perfect from all aspects? If you remember, Mrs. Bali, during our off Vijay, Suche was the only officer who used to call quite often, and you used to come to my house to pick me up in your Luna or moped, जो भी था आपके पास. Whether it's shopping in Abu Lane or going to Selor, telling the lady who was a fan of Shah Rukh Khan that I was their neighbor, and therefore she paid more attention to our services. And the best was that newly opened pub in Meerut, where we all went to when the officers were not in station, and they got the news before we reached our houses. The memories are still fresh in my mind. The time we spent together in Leh. We used to gossip and mimic about, you know who I'm talking about? Suno? You remember, na? Good. The memories are endless, but the time is limited. So here I'm ending this talk with a famous quote. Some people come into our lives and quickly go. Others stay a while, make footprints on our hearts, and we are never ever the same. Thank you so much. All the love to both of you. Stay blessed, stay strong. Thank you.
Shakun and both the kids, Vinny and Daksh, would like to join me in conveying our gratitude, our thanks to you for having been around, for having helped us so much. And we'll love to come and look you up at Chandigarh soon. Kindly reserve a drink for me. As far as this great innings of yours was concerned, which is nearly 4 decades, well, all I can say is as a youngster, well, I can just clap and say, sir, it was a lovely, great innings worth emulating. Jai Hind, sir.
I wish you well, sir, in all your future endeavors, and I'm there with you always. And how could I forget your famous line, sir? Chal daru peete hain. Cheers and all the best.
On this day, we thank you and Bhabhi for guiding us till the date and forever. Have a great second innings. God bless. Thank you, sir.
We wish Sanjeev and his wife Mridula a wonderfully fulfilling retired life, and I have no doubt wherever they go, wherever they serve, they'll bring joy and happiness. God bless you, with lots of love from Bobby and Leena. God bless.
I remember the last evening of our stay in Jodhpur. I remember that song, Ye Raatein, Ye Mausam, Nadi Ka Kinara, Ye Chanchal Hawa. You know, that song, we really, whenever we hear that, we are reminded of that beautiful evening which you had organized for us. A very simple, very creative, and beautifully located. So Sanjeev and Mridula, we have beautiful memories with you both. Alka and self, we are always indebted to your making things easy for us and making our stay in Jodhpur a real good one, which we always remember with lots of nostalgia. Now you are going for your second innings. I wish you both and Suhani all the very best, and I'm sure you will do equally well what you have done in the army, in the defense of the nation. All the very best. Do well.
As you hang your uniform shortly and start your adventure to new life, I want you to know that you will always be held in high esteem at Eli Parivar or at Naveen's family. Your contribution to the nation, to Indian Army and to Corps of Engineers will always be remembered. For happy retirement life, sir. Cheers. Wishing you all the best.
But that has always been Brigadier Bali, the officer and a gentleman, the pride of 236. He retires today, and honestly, he retires 2 ranks short of what I and all of us who know him would have pegged it. But again, in all honesty, he has left behind a legacy which will remain enshrined in our regimental history, where these ranks are immaterial. Here's wishing Brigadier and Mrs. Bali the very best in their second innings.
I wish you all the best, Sanjeev. Be in touch, and I'm sure you'll continue to do well as you have been doing. I wish you all the best. Be in touch, and my very warm regards to Mrs. Bali. We will make a point to come and visit you. Right? Okay, Sanjeev. All the best. Chak de.
जितनी कुछ